Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to Post Credit Chat. My name is Mark. This is Sam. Today, we got some great announcements for you guys, starting off with a special announcement that we're really looking forward to, a PlayStation State of Play recap with some cool announcements that were put out there. We're looking at the cost of the new Xbox Ally handhelds, and as well as looking at the shots that were taken at COD at the latest Battlefield 6 trailer. Before we jump into that, Sam, we're going to jump right into another blind ranking. Get ready, because this one's
I
going to be a
love
lot of
these.
fun.
These are my favorite.
As they should be. Blind rankings are always a feel-good time. For today's blind ranking, though, we are going to do something a little different. We're not looking at games per se. Wait, real quick. Well, I was just going to say, can we reminisce back when you put Cool Ranch Doritos over nacho cheese Doritos last week?
Oh, I'd love to, because come
You were
on.
wrong.
Come
You were
on.
wrong, and I just can't let that go. So
I disagree.
it was
well.
very fun being able to know that I work with somebody who has bad taste in food, and I can't take a food recommendation from you or snack recommendation. I'll just say that, at least moving forward.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever.
Today's blind ranking is not really around the topic of individual games, but we are going to be looking at video game developers instead. So
Whoa.
get ready, get excited. I hope you know these developers. To be honest, it'd be kind of hard for you not to know these, because I picked some good ones for you today.
Good.
We'll be honest, I don't know where I necessarily want to start first. So let's go here. We are going to start with Rockstar Games.
Ooh.
A big one for you.
Okay. I mean, shoot, that's, GTA, Red Dead. That's really all that matters. I feel like I'd be selling not to go ahead and put that at 1. Like, that's...
If you're saying, hey, I'm thinking of the other, ones that Mark could possibly throw at me, and if you're cool with that being at 1, I ain't gonna fault you for that. I love Rockstar.
I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2? Come on. I think that there are going to be things on here that I might like more, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to put Rockstar at 1. That's
Rockstar 1. Okay.
I'm going to do it early.
To be fair, I probably shouldn't have thrown that one at you first, but I don't think there's anything wrong with that. We're going to go with Naughty Dog next.
Naughty Dog.
So we got The Last of Us, The Last of Us 2, Jack and Daxter games.
Yeah. I'm going to say something controversial. I didn't really love The Last of Us Part 2.
Okay. I don't think that's controversial. Opinion-wise, I think, to be honest, there's a lot of people that share that same opinion with you. So
just wasn't it for me. I don't think they're necessarily a bad developer. To me, it was more of a story issue, I guess. But I think I'd go with maybe 4 for them.
4?
That's risky, but yeah, I think I'd go 4. Nothing too special to me.
No. Next we got Insomniac Games.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're going. I'm so in between 2 and 3 right now, because Insomniac, I mean, come on. Spider-Man for the PS4 is insane. Like, that's one of my favorite games ever. It's just so good. So I'll put it up.
I did not know that about you.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I platinumed, or the equivalent of platinum, that game.
Okay. And wait, where did you put it?
I'm going to put Insomniac at 2.
Insomniac at 2.
They're just that good.
That's cool. Okay. So you got Insomniac at 2, or Rockstar at 1, Insomniac at 2, and Naughty Dog at 4?
Heck yeah.
Is that right? Okay. I'm always scared I'm going to say one without thinking of it.
I do the same thing.
Said it to you. Okay, the next one I'm going to give you is a good one. I'm nice to you. Nintendo.
As a developer?
Yeah.
As a developer, not as a company.
No, as a developer. Yeah.
As a developer. I'll go 3 as a developer.
Odyssey.
I think they make just insane games. Like, they don't really miss with the Mario games, obviously. Donkey Kong Bonanza was phenomenal. Just a great game from what I've seen.
You got a very healthy list so far.
Just good.
So which one's
But as a company, I don't love Nintendo. I want to make that very clear.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that opinion at all. there's a lot of reasons to love Nintendo, and there's a lot of
Yes.
reasons to be frustrated with Nintendo at the
Absolutely.
same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so does that leave your number 5 spot open?
It does, and I might be disappointed by this, depending
Is
on
there
what it is.
anything that would disappoint you of it being there? Or should we just do this? Should I just go from 1 to 5 and
Yep.
we
Hit
go
me with
there?
it.
All right. We got from what is it? Rockstar? Is that right? From
Yeah.
Rockstar? Okay. I did it.
You did it?
You got From Software number 5.
I
Oh,
hate that.
no.
Just keep going, tell me my list.
I messed it up. And I'm also like purple and red in the face right now. I'm so embarrassed. You got From Software, Sam, at number 5. Number 4, you've got Naughty Dog. Number 3, you got Nintendo, right? Number 2, you got Insomniac. And number 1, you've got Rockstar. How does that feel?
You know,
what would you have done with From Software? Where would you have put
From
that?
Software would have been 2. I would have shifted everything like from 2, 3, and 4. I would have pushed them down, put From Soft right there.
So you do have Rockstar Games ahead of From Software.
That's hard, actually.
When I think of you, I think of From Soft being your number 1, but
I think From Soft.
Clearly, it's your number 5.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, yeah, I hate FromSoft. Elden Ring garbage. They made Dark Souls 2. Are you kidding me?
Hold on one second. I got to clip this real quick. FromSoft garbage.
Yeah, let the record show. I'll go on the record saying I hate FromSoft.
This is going to be taken out of context. Just like every video on the internet.
I feel like you'll reference this in the future and I'm going to get crap for it.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's kind of
one
similar
time
to the Cool Ranch Doritos being better than nacho cheese. You know what I mean?
I don't think it's the same at all, but whatever. Yeah, no, FromSoft would be my number 2, I think.
Well, that was our blind ranking of games. That was fun. I was actually really looking forward to that. I'm so bummed I kind of ruined it, but I wanted to just have a clean cut. But hey, you know what?
I was thinking it's either going to be Bethesda, FromSoft, or Obsidian.
Yeah.
So,
hey, we rolled the punches and we go from there. So, next, all right, let's go ahead and jump into our topics for the day. We have our special announcement we want to kick off with, something that's not even necessarily new. We did talk about it last week's podcast, but we are getting ready to do a Stranger Things watch through, or rewatch, I should say, of seasons 1 through 4, getting ready for the release of 5 starting in November. We are also getting ready to do a Hellfire Club D&D campaign. I have no idea how this is going to go, but I know that we're bringing in the best of the best. We got some guys that we're bringing in to have a good time with and role play to our heart's content. That is going to be a very fun time. And hey, Sam, speaking of Hellfire Club, can I show you something real quick?
Heck yeah.
Something that I got in the mail recently. The Hellfire Club Stranger Things D&D campaign. This thing is gorgeous.
That's awesome.
So I, for obvious reasons, well, not for obvious reasons, I am not the DM, the dungeon master for this campaign, but for obvious reasons, because I am not, I have not read anything in here that spoils the campaign, and I will not.
Good.
This is not supposed to be shipped to me yet. I don't know why they sent this to me. This doesn't release until October 8th. I think October 8th or October 10th. I can't remember. But I ordered it, or last week, I think last Tuesday I ordered it. And then 2 days later, I got a shipping notification from FedEx just saying, your shipment is on the way. And I was like, what? And I was so confused. This got sent to me in the mail. I got it Saturday, and dude, this thing is fantastic. There's some like cool artwork in here and whatnot. There is one thing that I took out of the box that I want to show you right now. And I am not going to read it because I think it would be a spoiler for season 5. I could be wrong. But this is a photo of the Hellfire Club that was included in the box. And on the back, I'm going to do this. If you want to pause and read, that you may not be able to because it may be backwards, and I don't know how to fix that. So, oh well. But this is a picture that was taken of the Hellfire Club, and Eddie Mullins, or what's his name? Is it Eddie
Munson?
Eddie
Yes.
Munson. I will go edit that.
Yeah.
And fix that. This is a photo that this is a photo of the Hellfire Club, and Eddie Munson took the photo, and he wrote a note to Henderson on the back of this. And I'm not going to read what it says, because to be honest, if in that letter they follow through with it in the beginning of season 5, that could be pretty cool. But again, I'm not going to read it, but it's really cool. So this is the first thing that was there, and I was so excited to read it. And yeah, this is all fake. I know that, but hey, this is the nerd stuff we like, right? This is the stuff that gets us really excited.
The cool stuff.
But yeah, really cool campaign box. I thought about doing like an unboxing, but I'm just not that kind of guy. I'm not that cool, you know. I'll mail it to you and you can do an unboxing, but there's some cool stuff in here. And there's like a cool double-sided cardboard poster. I don't know how that sounds. It sounds kind of weird, but when you look at it, it's pretty cool. So
heck yeah.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to. Super excited about that. Our D&D campaign is going to be starting in a few weeks. Sam, you and I are starting our rewatch of Stranger Things. We started with season 1 last Sunday, and we will be talking about it the next Sunday, I should say.
Yes.
Which will be this coming Sunday by the time I upload this. But we're going to be talking about season 1 on October 5th. And starting the next day, we will start season 2. And in 2 weeks, we will talk about season 2 on the podcast, which is October 19th. 2 weeks later, we'll talk about season 3, which is going to be November 2nd. And then 2 weeks after that, we will talk about season 4, which is going to be November 16th. We're going to start our D&D campaign for the Hellfire Club on October 16th. So I don't know if these dates excite anybody, but just want to put them out there. Our D&D campaign starts October 16th, and we will go from there.
Heck yeah. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to with this. Hey, I mean, we're brand new at this whole podcast thing, and we're trying to find out ways that we can, make it fun and exciting for anyone who's going to watch and view. And I think it'd be a great time to just kind of, put on the D&D cap and there's gonna be plenty of people who are like, you do D&D? I had no idea. And be like, hey, I'm not good at it by any means, but it's gonna be fun.
You play it though.
What's that?
You play it though. That's what matters.
Hey, there you go. Well, very cool. Keep checking out our socials for more things on Stranger Things rewatch and the Hellfire Club D&D campaign as we proceed and get closer to the release of Stranger Things season 5. Sam, moving on to the next thing we did this past week, and it was last Wednesday, have a PlayStation State of Play. I want to ask you some questions, man, and just see, what did you feel about it? How did you like this State of Play? Is there anything that stood out to you? And I could go ahead and announce a few things, or not announce, but just kind of go over a few games that, and things I should say, that were announced at the PlayStation State of Play. But we did have Marvel's Wolverine. Finally, this is getting a release date in the fall of 2026. We don't have a specific date, but the release window, I should say, is fall 2026 of next year, obviously. And then we also got Saros. This is the game that is in the same genre of Returnal. But this game is getting released March 20th of 2026, beginning of the year. We were saying it on a podcast before. We've got, no clear idea as to what's happening next year. And now we're kind of getting a little bit unraveling of that. But even then, not too much, but we'll save that. We got our first, well, I shouldn't say first Xbox game, but we got Microsoft Flight Simulator coming over to the PlayStation. Obviously, a Microsoft company game from Xbox. And then we also got the PlayStation Pulse Elevate speakers. These are the new wireless speakers. PlayStation loves the name Pulse. But yeah, anyways, let me pass it over to you. What did you think of this direct?
Listen,
Or direct, I'm sorry, state of play.
Nintendo's gonna get you for that one, dude. We're gonna get this whole
For
thing
real.
taken down.
Yeah, we will.
Dude, I just, it's Wolverine. Like, I don't really, the rest of this stuff is cool. Take it or leave it for me.
Yeah.
Wolverine is just the star of the show. They could have done like the first light state of play they did, I guess, a couple weeks back. They could have done this for Wolverine, and I would have been happy. Like,
Yeah.
the gameplay is gnarly. I kind of thought that they would go, a little more soft on it, but dude, it's brutal. It's like, ooh, when you, this isn't a spoiler, but like he just sticks his claws up through that guy's head. I'm like, whoa, okay, we're getting a good game. Like
A violent game.
yes, yes. The movement looks pretty crisp because this is like a gameplay trailer, which is wild that we're getting
Yep.
one a whole year before the game comes out. But
real quick, it's funny because you and I got to chat a little bit after the trailer released or after the state of play. And I was like, I don't remember there being any gameplay. And you're like, no, that there was gameplay. And I went and rewatched. I was like, oh, there definitely was gameplay.
yes,
And the reason why I thought that is because it all looked so good. And it really did look like, I mean, the graphics looked amazing. One, I mean, for the gameplay portions that we saw, but it looked very like movie-esque for a lot of it, like an animated movie. So like the parts that were gameplay, I just wasn't thinking about it being gameplay because it looked so good. Um, so yeah, I went and rewatched it. Just all that to say, I went and rewatched. I was like, oh dang, that was gameplay.
Yes, and you know, to me, that screams this is going to be a good game. When I think of playing Spider-Man and like web swinging through Manhattan, it's like okay, like this is awesome. Like this
Yep.
looks like something. Like the angles look like something that would come out of one of the movies or the shows or whatever.
Yep.
And the Wolverine trailer at least feels like that. So if it has that cinematic tone throughout the whole thing, it's going to be good. And it's Insomniac. Like we know that they're a good developer.
Right.
So I have full faith that this is going to be a good game.
I think this is another reason for you to start looking into a PlayStation 6 because this is like another game, just like, GTA 6 that won't release on PC right away.
I know. Yeah.
And historically, I could be wrong on that. Like, I know there have been PlayStation games that have come to PC, like on Steam. I don't know how long they have taken. Maybe you would know better than myself, but I don't know if there's ever been a PlayStation game that has released day and date on the PlayStation and the PC at the same time.
So Marvel Spider-Man 2, that came out, I want to say it was 2023 on the PlayStation 5, like late 23, and it dropped, I want to say January 2025 on PC. So it's about, year and a half or a little over a year wait, which isn't too bad to me at least.
October 20th of 2023, it hit PC.
So like a year and, oh, wait, really?
Yeah.
No way.
No, October, I just typed in PC release on Google and it looks like it brought up October 20th, 2023, but that must be just the normal games. I don't know. It may be a little confused, but it's okay.
Yeah. Either way, like it came like relatively quickly. I know Spider-Man, like the first one, like the first PlayStation 4 Spider-Man, they didn't put that on PC until like 2022 or 2023. So.
Yeah. That was a while for sure. What about Saros? What did this do for you? Any excitement there for this game?
I might play it. I need to see a little more, I think. It didn't stand out a whole ton to me, but
sure.
I mean, honestly, I'm at the point where if they drop a trailer a couple months before or, like, coming up on release day, might check it out.
Yeah.
But also, considering I don't have a PlayStation, eh.
Yeah. Hey, I think that's fair. I mean, but this is a game I will say I could see coming to PC. I don't,
I
again,
agree.
kind of like we were just talking about with Marvel's Wolverine. I don't know that it comes right away, but I
Mhm.
could see it coming to the PC, probably pretty quickly, honestly. And this is a little off topic. I would assume the PlayStation 6 is going to, oh, funny thing I just caught on. I'm thinking earlier I might have said PlayStation 6 when I meant PlayStation 5. When I was telling you to get a
Yeah,
PlayStation, did I say PlayStation 6?
you did. But I knew what
That's
you
fine.
meant.
You know what I meant. Hey, but you should get a PlayStation 6 when it comes out, you know?
I might. We'll see.
um,
Unless it's $900.
yeah, unless it's $900 exactly. uh, we will talk about the price of that another day because
Yes.
there will I
Different
think you
can of
might be right.
worms.
But I do think, Saros, I could see this being a game that releases on PS5 and PC pretty quickly, maybe.
Yeah, I hope so.
Microsoft Flight Simulator. I mean, obviously we had some other games released or announced, I should say, but how'd you feel about Microsoft Flight Simulator coming over?
I think it's kind of weird that they're bringing that over.
Why is that?
Like, I guess for me, this seems more of a testing the waters kind of deal than it is, hey, be excited for this.
Yeah, because we do have Gears of War Reloaded on the PlayStation.
Yep.
There are some other Xbox games that have come to PlayStation, but what are those?
Ooh. But yeah,
Let's
Flight
see.
Simulator seems like an odd pick to me.
I mean, we got Sea of Thieves, Grounded, Hi-Fi Rush. Yeah, I mean that Indiana Jones. I mean, I'm just over here, obviously not even thinking straight. But yeah, we've got games, from the PlayStation or Xbox on the PlayStation right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. I think that could be a testing of the waters thing for sure. And then the PlayStation Pulse Elevate wireless speakers. What are your thoughts?
I You know, this is a Sony product that they're slapping a PlayStation label on. Like, I know that sounds stupid because I know that Sony, makes PlayStation, but Sony does a lot of like audio related stuff,
Yeah,
and they have good audio stuff. So it just seems like they're saying, hey, this is under the umbrella of PlayStation as a means to just sell it, I
yeah.
assume.
I don't think I could have said it better myself. I think you're right. The PlayStation Pulse Elevate wireless speakers, I mean, yeah, Sony owns PlayStation, but these are Sony speakers for a PlayStation with the Pulse name on it.
Yeah.
So, and the Pulse name is, kind of in a negative space right now. So,
Yeah.
anyways, I could talk about that in a few minutes. But so what would you give the state of play rank wise? How would you rank this?
I thought it was a good state of play. I think it had a lot on there. Oh, Hades too being on there was pretty cool.
Yes. Hades
Um,
2.
I mean, I thought it was fine. I'd give it like a 6.5,
Okay.
roughly somewhere around there. I think Wolverine, to be fair, brings the whole thing up by like a point. You know,
Yeah.
because if it weren't, then it would feel kind of lackluster. But that's also how they
Yeah.
do these kind of things. They say, hey,
Yeah.
here's half an hour of kind of random hodgepodge of stuff, and then say, here's something you should be so excited about. Please watch this. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Please, please, please.
give us your attention now.
Um, I like that. So 6.5, is that what you
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
Okay. For me, I'm probably going to give this PlayStation State of Play a 6. I'm not like far behind. I mean, I think you said something to the similar. They should have just done a Wolverine State of Play. I think that
Yeah,
would have been really cool. Maybe even give us a little bit more information. They definitely gave us a lot of information, which is
definitely.
awesome. And they have experienced something that a lot of developers just dread, but a leak, and that leak getting really exposed in a lot of different ways. But my thought is like this state of play did not have a lot for me.
Hmm.
And I think, like you said again, lackluster. Because it was lackluster, because it didn't have a lot for me, I give this a 6.
Yeah.
Wolverine did give it that extra bump. If you did not have Wolverine, like I don't know, like maybe it deserves a 7. I don't know, like a 6 could be kind of hard, but this thing, like for me, this just seems like a pretty bland state of play, and with a really good couple games
Yep.
like Saros at the beginning and Wolverine at the end. This is just a kind of a, hey, here's the state of play, really good, really good, and here's things that are not that these other games in there are bad, because
No.
they
Yeah.
do speak to certain, customers, and I think that's awesome. Everyone plays different games, and that's the best part about video games. But, just for me, and it sounds like for you, just it wasn't that special.
Yeah.
Saros, I am looking forward to seeing what this game does. It's again not a game for me. Uh, but hey, I'm excited for people who are gonna get to play it.
Yeah.
And then Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is a big deal, I think, for them to bring over this game. Microsoft Flight Simulator really did a lot as far as the flight games go. I think it really is something that people that want to just kind of like escape. I know that might sound a little
Mm-hmm.
corny, but I know a lot of people on who have played this game on Xbox, right? That love the idea of just getting to jump into, any kind of plane that they're wanting to go do the little missions that they now have in the flight simulator games, and just kind of go have a good time, fly around, go
Yeah.
land at this airport, that airport, whatever. But I totally get the grab of that. Again, this isn't something for me. But hey, if you like it, I'm excited for you. The
Yeah.
PlayStation Pulse Elevate. Dude, PlayStation can't let go of the Pulse name. And it's kind of got a bad rep to it, because the
Yeah.
Pulse is not Bluetooth. It's very much like this works just with the PlayStation
Yeah.
product. You can't take these and use them. Wait a minute. Can you?
Not that I know of. I mean, you might be able to, but my understanding is that it is a like PlayStation integrated audio or whatever it is, whatever the product
Right.
is.
Well, I might have it backwards. What I know you can't do is you can't take like your PlayStation Portal
Mm-hmm.
and just use a regular Bluetooth headset. You have to use the Pulse headphones or the Pulse earbuds. You have to use
Joke.
those. And with this has me wondering, like, can you connect the Pulse, speakers to your TV and watch TV, watch Netflix? Can you connect it to your Xbox? I would assume you can't, right? And so,
Yeah.
again, another thing that you can't really use the Pulse for, and that's kind of
Yeah.
a letdown and frustrating. So, yeah, Sam 6.5,
Yeah.
6 over here.
To be
Met
entirely
direct,
fair,
but
I don't
yeah, go
know
for it.
what a 10 out of 10 direct looks like. Like you'd have to be coming out with some insane titles for it to be a 10 out of
Yeah,
10.
man,
But
I'm trying to remember. Well, I remember when they announced the PlayStation 5,
mm,
when they revealed it, I should say, when they did the reveal state of play, they had some cool games, and I can't remember all of them, but I remember one of them being Hogwarts Legacy, and I just was
oh
not
yeah,
expecting it. And what a cool, exciting trailer that was.
that's true.
So, yeah, I mean, and I don't even know if you call that a 10 out of 10, but it was definitely awesome. Agree.
Yeah.
I love that state of play. I think about it often, actually. Moving on, Xbox Ally X is going to cost $999.99. That is the Ally X. If that is too much, like it most likely will be for most people, you could just get the regular Xbox Ally for $599.99. Um, Sam, we were just talking about how the Xbox Series X is now $650. Uh, that is for the Xbox Series X. It's funny. I was talking to my wife earlier, and I was just like, do you remember when I bought the Xbox Series X? I bought that thing for 500, and then they upped the price to 600, and then they upped it to 650." And she's like, "No way they did that." I was like, "Yeah, they totally did." And now we're looking at these prices, and it's not like these prices are coming from price hikes, but I mean, we have a handheld, Sam, that is $50 shorter than an Xbox Series X. We have another handheld that is way more.
Yeah.
we at $1,000. So where are we at with this?
I mean, listen, this makes me think two things. One, get a PC. If you're thinking about getting this handheld, yeah, okay, you can say, well, I want it so I can play Xbox games like on my couch or like on the go.
Right,
Okay, but a grand is just a wicked, wicked number for
right,
something like that. Two, how much is the next Xbox going to cost?
right.
If this has any bearing on like the direction they're going, that's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, their next Xbox, I mean, I think we were kind of talking about it earlier, the PlayStation 6 and the next Xbox, whatever they want to call it. But these are not going to be $500 consoles. It's not going to happen. They're not going to be $600 consoles. So we're going to see some expensive hardware come from PlayStation and Xbox for the next console release that they have.
Yeah.
Um, is this interest you at all? I mean, I know the price is expensive, but there are people who look at this and are like, "Hey, I don't care. I don't have a handheld. I want one, and I might as well get the best one on the market." $1,000 is a lot. Should they get this handheld? Should they look at another handheld, do you think? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I can see this going like two ways, you know? It's if you just have an Xbox and you're thinking, I have all my games on my Xbox and I want to be able to play them mobile, sure. But if you have any alternative, like say you have a PC, get a Steam Deck, you know? Or, if you're running like the Switch 2, you probably wouldn't need another, you know?
Right,
So I think it you buy it in very like niche situations, but at that price point, it doesn't feel like oh well, I might as well. It's
right,
I really like need this or I just have cash to spend.
right. And I'm curious to think, like, even the $600 version, just the regular Xbox Ally, I wonder how that compares to other handhelds out there on the market right now.
Yeah,
That's something else I'd be wondering about.
specs are important because
And
if you're
yeah,
charging more than the Series X did when it came out, it better be good.
yeah, it's not going to compete with the Series X.
It just isn't, and
There's no shot. And I totally see what you're saying. I mean, let me say this. I am absolutely intrigued by the Ally X. I would love to have this thing. I'm not going to go spend $1,000 on this right now.
no
I
way.
think when you're hitting that price point, when we are in the handheld um, upcoming of consoles, $1,000 is kind of saying we we know that there's a lot of handhelds on the market. We believe we are the handheld. Uh, Invest in us, and we're the handheld for you.
Mm,
And I believe every company to have that viewpoint, right? But as a consumer, there are just some better options until we get a little bit more grounded in the handheld market. So the Steam Deck, right? This is what I've been playing on a lot, right? Is my Steam Deck
mhm.
OLED. It's in a case right now. That's why it looks like this. But um, for my Steam Deck OLED, I can play my PlayStation console wirelessly, just like the PlayStation Portal can. And I can play my Xbox wirelessly as long as I have a Xbox membership. So, like Game Pass,
Yeah,
I find it hard to walk away from this and invest into a $1,000 console, handheld, I should say, especially when, yes, like you said, we have Nintendo Switch 2s for $450 on the shelves right now, and they are not hard to come by. My wife and I
no.
were just at Target yesterday, and I saw they must have had at least like 12, 15 on the shelves. Like they are not getting snatched up like we thought they would. That's not a bad thing. Again, I think Nintendo just prepared properly, but yeah, when you're talking about a Nintendo Switch 2 being readily available with all the Switch 1 games and the awesome Switch 2 games that are coming out compared to $1,000 where Xbox is still building their library of amazing games. I don't know if that's
Yeah.
I don't know if this is the handheld you should jump in on yet if you don't already have a handheld.
Yeah.
So
I agree. It's just $1,000 is a wild number to think about.
yeah, it is. $1,000 is not cheap, and I think the consumers need to definitely do their research before they invest into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you do your research and you're like, hey, this is for me, I'm excited for anybody who's going to get this. Selfishly, I hope one of my friends get it so I could check it out, but it won't be for me right now, at least.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to talk about is just Battlefield 6. They just released a new trailer, a live action trailer, which was really cool. This trailer was funny. It took a lot of shots at Call of Duty.
Yes.
Sam, walk me through this trailer. What were your thoughts on this? And tell us kind of like what happened in this trailer.
Yeah, so the opening is just like they're going through, there's these big actors. One of them is Zac Efron. There's a few others, I can't remember their names.
Morgan Wallen being one.
Yeah,
and
Morgan Wallen.
some others, but yeah.
And it starts off like those classic Call of Duty trailers where they're like, yeah, this is like our war or our fight, just some corny stuff like that. 10 seconds later, they just all get blown up. It's over.
Yeah.
And then you get these like tanks coming in. It's just a good blow against Call of Duty saying, like, we're not doing this corny garbage that you guys always play. Like, this is going to be a, like, realistic, like, solid shooter.
We're not doing the silly skins.
Yes.
We're not doing the comedic, scene. Like Battlefield 6 is like making a name for themselves. We're like, hey,
yes,
we're different. We've changed. Our structure looks a little different than what you've probably seen in previous Battlefield games, but we're not going anywhere.
Mhm.
And more than that, we're taking shots at some of the big dogs in the fight, and we're going for it.
Because it's like, we've heard what you hate, and we're going to do away with it. We don't want that.
Yeah. You know what's funny is Call of Duty actually put out a statement recently. I wish I had it. I forget where I saw the statement, but they are actually doing away with the silly skins. Did you see that?
What?
Yeah. And I thought it's funny because when did this trailer release? It might have been recently.
A couple days ago.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it was around the same time frame when they dropped that. But anyways, Call of Duty put out a statement saying, hey, we're not doing this. We're not going to, move forward with silly skins. We want to make sure we put our best foot forward. We listen to our customers, and they're only doing this because Battlefield's coming out swinging.
Man.
Yeah. But here's the other thing. Battlefield can do this. Like they're backed by EA. EA has money to market this game, and EA is not being quiet about it. They're coming out swinging on all fronts. They're ready. They're like, hey, we know 2046, whatever their previous called Battlefield was, but they're like, we know it didn't do it what we wanted it to do.
Yeah.
We're kind of putting all our chips in this basket, and they are not wasting a dime. And I love it. It's great. A lot to look forward to there. Let's jump into our radar, Sam. Just a few things on the radar, things that coming up, some small news, and as well as, or big news, depending on how you want to look at it, like the first topic we got, and also just games that we're looking forward to. But the first one is Doug Bowser is retiring from Nintendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually pretty big, I should say. I think there's kind of a lot that comes from this one. But he is actually going to be retiring, and he is going to be, how do you say, no longer in the picture after that. And Doug has done a lot. He has, that was kind of weird. I made it seem like he was, we're getting rid of Doug Bowser. Yeah. Not here anymore. Didn't mean it like that. But Doug Bowser has done two big things, I think, for Nintendo. One, he has really pushed forward the not just games market side of Nintendo. Like obviously they had to put out their alarm clock lately. They've done a lot more stuff with the app recently. So he's done some stuff. And I think he jumped on board, what is it, in 2028, if I'm not mistaken, I think.
2028.
Yeah. Wait, did I say 2028? 2018. Oh,
Yes.
I meant 2018. You said 2028, and I was like, Sam, what are you saying? No,
You
2018.
you said that.
I said it. You're correct. I don't know what I'm saying right now. It is also 10:48 at night, just so you guys have an idea of when we record these episodes.
It's bedtime.
It is bedtime. I'm going to record our movies episode in bed. Misty's asleep. So I'm just going to just welcome back to post credit chat.
Yeah. Do like an ASMR.
It'd be weird. Anyways, the other thing Doug Bowser has done is he really has helped the launch with the Switch. A lot of this falls under his era, which is great. So him kind of overseeing the launch of the Switch and the Switch 2, hats off to him. Two great consoles. He did a good job. He will be replaced by Devin Pritchard. Don't know a whole lot about her, but hey, I hope she just kills it in this new role. I'm super excited to see what Nintendo's going to do in the next few years. And I think I speak for everybody else when I say, they're probably excited as well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, we got Battlefield 6. I know this is something you're really looking forward to, right?
Yeah.
Battlefield 6 coming out October 10th.
That is like 12 days away. That's insane. Yep. I feel like, what was it? The beta was almost, it was over a month ago now. Yeah. Like, I'm itching to play it again, man. This sucks. Give me the game.
I agree. I think we're all looking forward to this game.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just talking about how they just took shots at COD, but yeah, this game's people are gonna love it.
Yeah, it plays well, and honestly, like they don't even need to. Don't change the combat. Just give more maps. That's like all that matters.
There you go. Battlefield 6 coming out in about a little over a week. Metroid Prime 4. This is another one coming out in December 4th. I keep messing that up. It's December 3rd or 4th. I can't remember, but I don't think you're too high on this game, right? This is probably, and I'm not either, but I'm definitely going to pick it up day one. Why not?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of in the spot where if people like it and say it's worth playing, I'll pick it up. Yeah. Like I won't get it day one, maybe, but if it's good, it's good. I'll play it.
I like it. Pokemon ZA.
Yeah. Now that I'm hyped about. There's so much controversy around this game, but man,
like I don't care.
Like at this point, it's like, oh, that sucks. Anyways,
like, you just want a new Pokemon game for your Switch 2, and I don't blame you.
Like, I do. I want something that I can like. Here's the deal. I don't have a game right now that I can just like dump time into, and that'll be it for me.
I like it. Pokemon ZA, a lot to look forward to with that for you. So I'm excited to hear your thoughts on it once it drops.
You will.
Hey, this is going to be it for our games podcast. So thank you for joining us. Just remember where you can find us, which is going to be Instagram, TikTok, Twitter /X. I think I already said one of those already. YouTube and Blue Sky as well. So go find us on there, post credit chat for all of those handles. And just remember kindly to join us for the welcome to the Hellfire Club that we'll be doing. So this is going to be really exciting as well. So thanks for joining us, guys. Have a great day.